taking a look at another Merkur watch, this time their take on a sector dial. They already offer one in their Pierre Pauline sub-brand that is a clear homage to the JLC Master Control with its skeletonized hands, while this one mixes the same dial style with hands like the ones found on a Patek Philippe Calatrava with a sector dial. A sector dial is a great option for people who love a legible and easy-to-read watch, but don't like divers and pilot watches with their bold markers in hands. This is like a dress watch done in as legible way as possible, and I'm personally a huge fan of the style. Merkur did a great job with this, but I do have one little problem with it, and it's the length of the hands. With each time function divided into its own sector, pun intended, it is very important to have hands that actually point to that exact sector and time marker. Although this one is quite legible, the hour hand is slightly too long in my opinion, while the minute hand just a tad too short. If I could cut the tip of the hour hand that extends past the inner ring and attach it to the minute hand, it would be perfect. But other than that, I really like how they designed this. The dial is stunning in person with a mix of finishes and marker application. The inner part with a crosshair is matte white, while the outer part of the dial that features the hour markers is brushed silver, followed again by the outermost railroad track for the seconds done in matte white again, like the center. It gives dynamics to the dial and would make it interesting even if everything was just printed on it. But they went a step further by giving us highly polished applied 369 markers, and for a pop of color, added a frosted red 12. They do offer a regular version that comes with the 12 done in the same silver polished finish like the rest, but this anodized red 12 really sets the watch apart and makes it more appealing, at least to me. The hands are leaf-shaped, blued, and quite well finished. If we ignore the already mentioned length problem, they would be perfect. The case is the same one used on their Jump Hour model I reviewed, with a stepped bezel and all brushed finish, which gives the watch a more utilitarian feel even though the shape is quite dressy. The dimensions are spot on for my 6.5-inch wrist, with 38.5mm in diameter and just under 47 lug to lug. The only dimension I wish was different is the thickness, as it is 13.5mm thick. On paper, that is quite a lot, but in reality, it really isn't that bad, as a lot of that thickness is down to this highly domed mineral crystal that gives it a vintage vibe. The case itself, without the crystal, is just 9.9, so the watch actually slides under a sleeve easily, but it's definitely something they could improve in the future. It's powered by the same movement they used in my Seizenn W10, so a Tongji Chinese standardized movement that is ancient in construction but also quite reliable. It is a manual wind movement that beats at 21,600 bph and has no hacking, while the power reserve is about 40 hours. It is as simple of a movement as one can be, while the winding is one of the most satisfactory I have tried, and I have quite a few manual wind watches. The resistance is pleasant, the sound and clicks are loud and very clicky, while the crown is one of the easiest to grip and operate without digging into your wrist. They achieved that by making the crown large in diameter with pronounced teeth, but kept it short so it stays close to the case. Overall, for $99 that this thing costs, it really is an interesting looking and well executed watch. So if you have a sector dial itch, but don't want to spend too much money to see if you'll like one in person, this might be one of the best offerings to try one on before committing to purchase the much more expensive models from more established brands. Even the leather strap is okay for the money, but it was sadly too long for my wrist, so I switched to my own, which in my opinion looks even better. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed and found it useful. If you did, please like and subscribe, and until the next video, bye.